Okay, guys, let's cut to the chase. No pun intended. Let's talk about the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. You know, after the closest and most dramatic chase in series history, Jimmie Johnson, what a surprise, comes back in the final race and wins it for the 5th consecutive year. And the question is, what is the magic? What motivates these guys and keeps them on top of their game and allows them to win it year after year? Now, our panel of experts, Ricky Craven, Marty Smith, and Andy Petrie, why don't you tell us what you think? Andy?
Well, I mean, now I think it's come down to setting records. This team has now won 5 championships in a row. They want to win 6. They want to win 7. I think that's what it's coming down to now. In the beginning, it was just a motivation to win a title. Now I think it's just more about making history.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andy. And this most recent title was the most impressive because the experience was exploited. You know, the fact that they had some reserve, and when it came down to the last race, the final few laps, they were at their best. But what I identify as being really special is Jimmie Johnson and Chad Knaus. That driver-crew chief relationship that always separates them from the rest of the crowd, the rest of the field.
Well, they compartmentalize success so well. And that starts with Jimmie and Chad, and it permeates throughout the entire team. Jimmie told me last year when I was talking about, you know, this wonderful career he's had, I'm very careful not to think I'm cooler than I am. That's a slippery slope to go down. I see it happen all the time, and when it does, the fall is very hard for drivers that get too cocky. Jimmie refuses to do that. He will not rest on his laurels. He strives to outwork, outthink, and out-teammate, for lack of a better term. He's a very selfless person. Everyone else that he's racing, and the proof's in the hardware.
You are looking at the 5-time champion.
Now, with that said, do they win a 6th consecutive title in 2011? And if they don't, who beats them?
I don't think there's any question that RCR and Gibbs are right there. 2010 showed us that the 48 is beatable. It showed us that they are subject to someone coming in and dethroning them.
I think that these are all formidable foes. You know, with RCR, Gibbs especially, I really think that Denny Hamlin and Mike Ford are going to be super focused when it comes chase time. I think that losing that championship was something that they're going to really use to motivate their team to win it this year. With all that being said, though, I just don't think anybody can beat Jimmie Johnson and Chad Knaus. I just don't see them letting up. I think Jimmie Johnson's going to win.
Exactly why fans can't stand the guy. Well, he's too perfect.
And Andy, you recognize that when you worked with Dale Sr., there was something about him. He had a presence, and that presence elevated everybody's game around him, right? He brought everybody to a new level. That's what I'm hearing inside the 48 camp, is that Jimmie brings everybody to a new level. He doesn't have good days, bad days. He just has consistent days. He's the same guy every day. And I think that he is a key component to the team being so united. And again, that relationship with the crew chief, you know, that's priceless. You can't create that. That's something that's magic.
You know, I'm not sure if Yogi Berra ever met Jimmie Johnson, but that phrase, it's deja vu all over again, might apply to Jimmie Johnson in 2011. A lot of people believe he will win his 6th in a row.